Hi there. Okay, just popping on the camera very quickly. Don't have all that much time. I've got to get on with my work. Obviously, I work as a professional tarot reader. That's my job. But I want to talk to you today basically about history because, you know, everyone is kind of like in their own bubble, because we've all got our own concerns and worries and fears and anxieties, and we don't really consider ourselves as individuals to be like all that important or all that powerful. And I want to take a few moments just to try and dispel that particular point of view, and using the idea of history as the main method of kind of like doing that, if that makes sense to you. Because I mean, tarot is totally historical. Everything about tarot goes back, centuries. There's been changes in terms of the imagery and the symbols, and different people have come onto the scene and kind of like inserted their ideas as to what should be done, and the varieties of cultural expression from, the ancient Chinese culture, the Islamic and Middle Eastern culture, the Jewish culture, which came and like inserted some like new ideas as well as of course the New Age Kabbalah, and of course the power of Catholic Christianity, which was actually the biggest shaping force in what we call tarot today, as a result of the cards and the gaming system entering into Europe. So essentially, when you're looking at something which exists in the here and now, you're not just looking at something which exists in the here and now. You're looking at something which is part of a genealogy of history, okay? And you as an individual, you have your own story, okay? Now, I don't know how you personally came across the idea of tarot, or how you personally came across the idea of tarot reading or tarot meditation, because there's thousands of schools of thought associated with this, okay? Each one has their own historicity, okay? They have their own story. The word history, some people say, it comes from the words his story, okay? That's one point of view. I'm not quite sure, about all the history of all our words, because like even when you're using language, you're still using something which just comes straight out of history, and basically is history expressed to that point in time in your life, whereby you can actually use it. But the whole idea of history is just like something bigger than what you may have thought about, okay? We're all gathering together to discuss tarot, to look at tarot, think about tarot. It is, of course, my job. I am part of, I am a place and a moment in time and space of the history of tarot evolving. You who's watching this, okay, because perception is to a certain extent participation. You are participating in the history of tarot right now, okay, this ancient history going back centuries, just through watching this one particular video on YouTube, alright? You are part of a bigger story than just a person who's just woken up, had yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever it is, sat down and watched a YouTube video, or just come back from work, thought, I just want to like chill out and do something fun and interesting and turn on a YouTube video, or just come back from searching for work and want something to like lift you up and perk you up, so you want to go and come onto YouTube. There's more to it than that. Okay, you got the stories of all of your struggles which you're going through, so you can live, thrive, survive, do all these things that make us part of participating in a society and economy like the way that we are. But there's also this other train of thought which you're moving through right now, okay, which is like big, it's important. Think for a minute about where you are living at the moment, alright? Literally, alright? Literally where you're living at the moment. Think about the plot of ground where your place is. Think about the other people who've lived there over the years. Think about all the work that went into building the building that you're in. Alright, maybe the conversations and jokes that the builders had whilst they were putting down the bricks and putting in the plumbing, or just that general banter and all the rest of it. That's part of the history of the place, which is where you are right now. Okay, so you're not insignificant. You're part of numerous strains of history going back in time, as well as, of course, this one particular history, which is the beauty of tarot, which you're actually a part of. So when you look at something, anything, okay, the history of your country, the history of your nation, the history of your people, the history of your faith, okay, all these things are things which you are a part of, Alright, you right now, you can say things, you can do things which can change perceptions, change understandings, change ideas, alright? So I'd like to just encourage you during this one particular video to try and move out of the point of view of thinking that you are a receiver, okay? Because receiving all of this, you know, influences from here, influences from there, we do as human individuals tend to feel a bit bogged down and sort of like lose our feeling of importance. We kind of like go into ourselves once in a while, alright? But this, you know, the purpose of me being here right now, recording this on my tiny little camera, is so that you yourself can see that there is a bigger picture which you're actually a part of, that there are bigger things which do connect you with society, the environment, the world around you, the place where you live, all of the cultural strains that you are participating in right now, okay? Each and every single one, all the forms of symbolism which you are connecting with, okay? You don't just receive these things, you're part of the ebb and flow, what tarot readers call the flux, okay? Flow or change of the ebbs and flows of currents around you, okay? Try your hardest to see yourself as being in a position of power. People do come to me looking for wisdom, but I also want you to see yourself as being a source of wisdom, okay? There's plenty of stuff in here, in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, in your being, in your body, in the things which make up you, which you can actually look to try and find solutions to problems which you may be facing at the moment. Alright? So I just want you to try and see yourself as being something which is a place and moment in time in the development of a new story, of a new history, laying down a new personal history for yourself and a new personal history for how you engage with everything, the place where you live, the people that you talk to, the work that you do, the industry that you're a part in, your family, your friends, and actually using your own power to be able to make things a little bit more pleasant for yourself. Okay? And yes, I'm doing that using the tool of my trade, which is tarot reading. Yes, I'm available on Kasamba.com. I'm available on Keen.com. And my name on the internet is Nick Dutch. So have a look out for me because, you know, I provide the most wonderful, because I am a really good tarot reader. I enjoy blowing my own trumpet, okay? But I'm one of the best. And... And I like saying that because I personally am of the opinion that that's the truth, and you can only find out through giving me a call, getting in on internet chat, or you know, engaging with me via an email reading. But essentially that's the way it is. That's basically what I am. And I'm enthusiastic about tarot. I'm enthusiastic about what it says about me, what it says about you, what it says about history, what it says about time, what it says to us. I mean, when we look at this, we actually think about, I mean, this is just one particular pack that I've got, one particular tarot deck that I've got. It's got its own symbolism, its own history, its own modern history. There's new modern histories about the theological way in which it's being looked at, the psychological way in which it's being looked at, the colours, the symbols, the astrology, the numerology. It's all there. It's just like so much. Participate, okay? Find out stuff. And then maybe you can see, just as I can, that there is a greater wisdom. Alright? Not just the tarot, but we can use this as a way of looking at everything else in your life. Absolutely everything else, okay? The food you eat, where it comes from, okay? The energy that you consume when you're running the lights in your house, when you're doing your cooking, when you're heating the place in the winter, okay? Try and, you know, think more about a bigger picture and your participation in it and decision making so that you can live a happier, healthier and more fulfilled life. And that's just what I wanted to tell you today, using the wonders of tarot as my main tool of illustration of this point, which I feel really, really positive about. And I'm looking forward to speaking to you soon. God bless. Nick Dutch signing out for now.